Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are. Once again, we come back to Dragon Age Rise of the Kunari. Back to Skyhold, where an interesting little plot is brewing. We now direct our attention to the second in command of the Inquisition, or the Second Inquisition per se, Miss Lyria. For Lyria has a plan, so to speak.
Yes, Lyria has gathered up things that she needs to enter the Fade and walk in it as her ancestors did. Nope. Hush. Please ignore the fussing baby. But yes, she has gathered the herbs and other things required, and now she is going to find Krem and Serena, as those are the two people she has asked to accompany her back to the temple.
We're probably in the tavern. Probably both of us are in the tavern.
Probably.
Yeah.
Which is where she would make her way to find you both.
It is still pouring rain from last night. However, indeed, there were only two people in the tavern as of this morning, Prem and Serena.
Oh, that place is empty this morning.
It seems that with the recent addition of the last two contracts and what is going on in Kirkroll, Miss, it seems that a lot of our staff has gone to Kirkwall, so to speak.
Yeah, seems that way.
And not long later, the door would swing open, and in would walk Lyria.
Well, good morning, Lady Inquisitor.
Prem kind of stands up, Lady Inquisitor.
I swear, Lyria, please, stop it. Both of you. That goes for you too, Krem.
He nods. Aye.
Fine.
Thank you. Serena, I spoke with you about this already. I'm planning on going back today to walk in the Fade in the temple. You said you would accompany me.
Yeah, certainly. Are we portaling or riding?
My brother is not accompanying us, so we're riding.
Then we should leave soon, because it's a couple of hours.
Crab, would you
Yes.
also accompany me?
He kind of thinks for a moment,
I would feel more comfortable too.
and he says, "Under your orders."
Then I suppose it is in order. You're coming with me.
He nods. As you wish, Inquisitor. Lyria, sorry.
Yeah, it would be best, because if things go to shit, I'm not exactly frontliner.
And he says, "I take it you." Squints for a moment. "I take it your brother does not know about this."
Maybe?
Nor will he, right, Krem?
Of course not.
Come on,
As
let's
I,
go.
as I said, Lyria, your orders.
She would nod. Then I suppose we better go saddle up. Or, well, you two saddle up. I don't use a saddle, but
I so want to make the comment, but I won't.
Right. Horses, right.
And red face.
So everyone goes
Yes,
to
he likes it bareback.
yeah. Do you prefer?
Yeah, that was out of character, by the way. Okay.
Yeah, I know. Out of character, I was going to ask if she had preferred the saddle. Does she prefer English or Western? Anyway. So you go and you saddle up, and you head out. It's pouring rain, and you guys have had to put cloaks on to try and keep it down, but it doesn't do much good. I mean, let's face it, it's monsoon. There's not much you can do.
It's not like my mood is already foul or anything.
It takes a few hours to get up to the point where everyone was. And you see the temple emerge out of the mist, so to speak. It's abandoned. There are no enemies nearby. It's a bit,
No weird feelings? No
yeah,
tingles?
it's cold. No tingles from the darkspawn. Actually, there's still quite a bit of black on the ground, even though the snow is melted now. But you can still see black spots where there was lots of blood. But there is no real tingle from the darkspawn anymore. Temple is open. Looks almost untouched.
Lyria will make her way to the center of the temple and start putting together a small bonfire.
Serena is going to investigate, see if there's any changes, if anyone has been here, any traps and things like that. Yeah, I'm gonna check for traps.
Go ahead and roll me 2 trap checks, please.
And actually, after she arrives, she would take off her armor as she doesn't
Whoa.
like Fade walking in it.
How shitty fucking roll the second one.
You look around and you find a trap that's kind of off in the corner, which maybe someone missed, but it doesn't seem to be much of a dangerous trap. It's just more of a little like trip trap, if you will. And other than that, there's nothing else around.
Should I disable it?
It might
What
be a
could
good idea.
what could possibly go wrong? Nothing goes wrong.
Take it from me, Serena. Probably good to disable them. I mean, one time the chief found one and left it there, and well, bad things happened after that.
Oh, trap disabled.
Lyria is kind of knelt down next to the little bonfire that she's created and appears to be praying.
All right. Krem will take up guard position by the door.
Serena will go towards the center and just observe for now.
Lyria, go ahead and roll me a smoke check, please. You cannot enter the Fae due to the screaming baby. Unfortunately, you'll have to try this again in 24 hours. No.
He wasn't screaming. He was happy.
Not in the real world, but in the Fade. Ugh, no. Because in the Fade, up is down, left is right.
That's a 32.
Bitch.
You successfully meditate and
But yeah, she has already sprinkled the dried herbs into the bonfire, the smoke kind of permeating the room as the herbs help facilitate the crossing over.
Is it gonna
Okay.
make us sleepy?
No, you have successfully crossed into the Fade. Go ahead and describe to anyone else what they would be seeing.
They would see an almost twisted version of the temple. Everything seems almost. It's like you're in a dream, but you are physically there.
Okay.
Everything
The
has a
Weird.
slightly blurry look to it.
Lyria, the temple warps and distorts. And when you find yourself in the Fade, it is not a radical shift, but the walls have gone from a almost pure white to a copper kind of color. The obelisk, of course, is destroyed.
She would move over to the obelisk and kind of kneel down, kind of inspecting it.
There is a faint aura, and when you look at this obelisk in the Fade, it's odd. It's like watching a out of character. It's like watching a static TV and like a spot. Say like you're looking at a landscape, and then all of a sudden an odd little static is in the middle of the landscape, and then you keep looking on, and everything else is normal. It stands out amongst everything else here. And when you reach for it and kind of like maybe reach out to touch it, it's almost like static electricity. It's almost like a static field of energy that has been just dispersed but won't go away.
She pulls her hand back initially, but then reaches out and touches it.
It feels a lot like getting a shock, but it's not painful. It's more of just all the pencils and pens just poking you at once on the spot where you reach in, but it's not painful.
She's gonna start looking around to see if she can find any spirits.
You look around for a moment, roll me a perception.
There it is. 16. Not great.
Okay, it takes you a little bit. That was actually a pretty decent roll. That was actually a pretty decent roll. You look around, and you do manage to find a spirit. It's wisps, so to speak. Very basic spirits, usually not hostile. Yes.
Can you tell me what happened here from this side?
For what? By the way, that is a good question. Did you bring Serena and Krem into the Fade with you?
Yes.
Oh, so we
And
see
yes,
this.
yes, they do. Define the event you are asking.
When the seal was broken,
Ah, I see. This place was old, but was until recently undiscovered. That obelisk was a very thin line between the Fade and your world, and it is now gone. A crack, so to speak. And then a few came by and sealed it, although cracks such as this cannot be sealed. Not forever, anyway.
What else can you tell me?
Only that this place will soon be a growth for the spirits of the Fade like us. It will be an attraction. It may start to turn into a very interesting wellspring of power.
Lyria, what does this mean? Is what we didn't matter?
It means we're going to have to post, at the very least, mages outside to ensure that nothing gets too far out. Cannot even. She would thank the spirit.
You are welcome, Walker.
She nods and heads off for sort of deeper into the temple.
Serena is following her. Quietly.
And to answer your question, Serena, yes. The Kirkwall people technically left first, with exception of a few others that stayed behind, and they're going to eventually leave in a day. But yeah, most of the Kirkwall people left first.
Okay, I'm interested in specific people.
She's interested in Cullen.
Yeah,
Shut the fuck up.
I knew she was interested in Colin about 5 hours ago.
What do you mean 5 hours ago?
Because I literally knew you would come on and ask about Colin today, because you told me you would. Anyway, yes, Colin is one of the people who is currently behind, along with a lot of the other
Yeah,
leaders.
let's go to the Fade, shall we? Fuckers.
The spirit seems to have nothing more to say and goes kind of floating away.
Yeah, Lyria kind of makes her way deeper into the temple. She doesn't seem to be looking for anything in particular.
Is
Roll me
Graham
perception.
still positioned at the entrance?
Krem's going to be positioned wherever you guys tell him to be.
Okay, then she's gonna have him up here with us.
Yeah, better to stick together. Can I roll
It's
too?
29.
I want to roll too.
Yeah, everyone roll, please.
Also 29.
Okay, nice.
What the fuck?
Wow, that's... Look at that roll right there. That's 16 plus 13.
That's a jealous roll. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna roll the same.
You observe around, and as you get deeper into the temple, the fade becomes, for better lack of terminology, thicker. It's like walking through soup. Out of character for those of you who live in Florida, you know what I'm talking about. You
Hmm.
the air becomes thick and it's almost like you have to physically move the air out of your way to walk. And even though it was cold up at the front, it's starting to get warm now. And you proceed on down. And I forget, is Krem coming with you?
Yes.
Okay. You keep um you keep going down. And you eventually find an interesting looking chamber. It has strange pillars in the center of the room, and they are in a grid-like pattern. There are about 6 of them. It looks similar to the obelisk that was. They look similar to the obelisk that was up top, but they are smaller. And for retrospective, this is basically the DLC puzzle from Dragon Age Origins 1, except slightly different. So this is
Don't
already this
remember.
yeah, this one seems to have already been solved, probably by your brother and a few others. And it seems to have sealed off a few of the other doorways. But there is one doorway that is still open center square, because there are 2 other doorways that lead off, and then one goes straight. If you proceed to go straight,
That's precisely what she's going to do.
the when you enter through the doorway, the thickness just disappears, and you eventually get to a very large room with a stone slab in the middle with some inscription on it. But it is not written in a language that you understand. And you understand almost all, I believe.
Yeah, she has Elven, King's Tongue, Dwarven, Cunlot, and Tavine.
Yeah, it is literally none of those.
She looks at it curiously. I don't understand this language.
Maybe we should take note of it and see if anyone else knows or if there's a tome.
She's going to
Somewhere.
nod and start transcribing it into a small book that she carries with her.
I mean, if it's on stone, we could take a tracing past her.
Yes, but her book is small. I'm assuming this stone is not.
Stone's about 8 feet tall.
Yeah, so no.
Yeah,
She's just
okay.
going to start transcribing.
Fine, transcribe. I'll be here playing patty cakes with Krem.
As you start to transcribe, you notice that the words start to form together on your parchment without you doing anything. And it eventually forms into Dalish, it looks. And it says, "Here we place our temples in the lands of our children." I'm saying this slowly in case you guys want to write this down. Here we place
Oh,
our.
wait. Fuck.
Of course, Christine is always unprepared. Oh, ho, ho.
Say again?
Here we place our temples in the lands of our children.
Yep.
To give them a future and keep them from this war. Our minds sealed but our spirit's not. Here we rest until we can bring this destruction and never-ending conflict to a halt. May our children never experience the horrors that we have. May they live in our world.
Wait!
Jesus.
There. Go.
Typing that whole 2 words per minute there.
Bitch! I'm not a fucking secretary, okay? Go on.
May they live in our world with peace. And may they find solitude in our absence. Until the day we are needed again. If we can escape this hell that we have created. And that is it.
Okay, I will need to correct all the typing errors that I have now.
Like I said, nice 2 words per minute there.
Fuck you, bot.
Lyria's gonna kind of quirk an eyebrow.
You've also just now noticed something, Lyria. This room, in particular, in the Fade, is like stepping into a void. Normally when you're in the Fade, you can feel and see things kind of move around, and you can feel the energies around you disperse. When you walk into this room, it's like walking into a vacuum. Just whoosh, that energy goes away. There is no sound. Even the sounds that you make are faded and muted. And you can barely hear them. There's no wind, there's no stone, there's no sound whatsoever here except the sound that you make. And it's muted or muffled.
Lyria's gonna try and conjure a mage hand, just to see if she can do it here.
You conjure a mage hand, and it appears before you, and it's difficult to do, but it's doable. But this is a very simple spell, and it shouldn't take this much concentration to do, but it does.
She frowns a little bit before she takes another look around the room.
Mm-hmm. Would everyone roll me a perception, please? And I'll have Krem roll as well.
31.
25.
Ready?
How can Krem has better perception than me?
Because he also trained as a scout.
Ugh.
Huh.
What the fuck, man?
Okay.
Well, that's concerning.
Yeah, that's very concerning.
All right. Serena, remind me, are you immune to sleep?
Yes.
You're immune to sleep. Okay. As is Lyria, but Krem is
Mhm.
not. And
Though the spell sleep only works on creatures 5 hit dice or fewer.
That is correct, unless you do greater sleep or another spell.
Yes.
And what? Just go ahead and remind me, Shayna, what your actual immunities are. Not your resistances, but what your immunities are. Sleep and what else?
Oh god, let me go look at the elves again.
Sure thing.
Well,
Just
I
double
have
check.
the same, don't I?
Not quite.
Some. Not quite the same as an elf, as a full-blooded elf, anyway. Do. Come on. Load, please. Thank you.
Oh, from what I see, you have +2 versus enchantment, immunity to sleep, and what's I don't understand what the damage reduction, piercing, slashing is.
Damage reduction, piercing, slashing. If someone tries to stab you or slash you, you get a little bit of damage reduction.
Well, you should remember that the next time being slashed.
Maybe you should read your freaking shit.
Maybe you should actually read it.
Yes, I
Jesus
have, but I don't
Christ.
understand it.
Because you're dumb.
I'm not dumb. I haven't played this game before. I'm learning, bitch.
Just to ask you, Serena,
Mm.
what is piercing? What happens when you pierce something?
Come over here, I'll show you, bitch.
What happens when you slash something? What happens? What does the word resistance mean?
There is no
Just- I
resistance
mean-
there. There's damage reduction.
Reduction. What does reduction
Yes.
mean? What happens when you reduce something?
I will reduce you to a pulp if you keep at it.
Good
Fuck.
for you. You actually know what that word means.
Okay, so elves are immune to magic sleep effects and gain a +2 racial saving throw bonus against enchantment spells and effects.
Mhm.
+2 on perception. +2 racial bonus on caster level checks made to overcome spell resistance. Should have remembered that. In addition,
Granted,
elves receive a
I-
+2 racial bonus on spellcraft checks made to identify properties of magic items.
I did remember that one, Shane, and I went back and looked. You still missed it. You still missed that one check by 1.
Damn
So
it!
it wouldn't have mattered. Because it was 22. That would have been a 21. So close enough.
Fuckers.
Why don't I get the +2 perception? I have the low light seeing thing.
Because you're part human.
Fuck. Fuck my dad.
Yeah, it's a magical effect that increases their perception, not the actual
Yeah.
physical sight.
Okay, let me read this spell here because something's got to get. It's got to get pretty iffy here.
Yeah, great. The tank is going to be asleep. And we're getting fucked.
This is clearly a mage, and this worries me.
I should have stealthed.
I have a feeling we're getting a visit from Solus.
Gee, whatever would make you think that.
I don't know, the +25?
Ooh, that's really good.
I mean, it's either that or another one of the Evaneros.
Chris. Okay, Chris.
Give it to me straight, dog.
Serena, make me a reflex save. The reflex save -2 because you're surprised.
How am I surprised? We're in the fade. Nothing
know.
surprising there. 27.
27? Okay. Cram needs to roll his reflex.
Isn't Cram asleep?
No,
Oh,
I
okay.
haven't done anything yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Does Lyria need to roll a reflex save?
Lyria does not. Lyria needs
Oh dear.
Lyria needs to roll something else.
Oh jeez. Stupid.
Nice.
Eh.
You have a 10 reflex or a 12 reflex?
Oh, Creme.
Serena,
Oh,
you have a 12 reflex?
Yeah,
Really? Plus 12?
yeah.
high dex makes sense.
Yeah, I know. I'm just 12. Wow, that's pretty good. I made you well. Okay, so that works.
Oh my god, he just wanted to
Creme,
brag.
Creme fails, unfortunately.
Miserably, I'd say.
Yeah, he rolled a 2. That's not very good. So Creme, Lyria, you can identify this right when it happens to him. Creme is mazed.
He's what now?
Mazed. He basically gets sent to a labyrinth of the caster's choosing and creation. However, Sir Lyria will have to roll. Let me read this. DC 24. Will save for me. And
Okay.
this is not an enchantment, it looks like.
Okay.
And wait, difficulty. Hold on. Connection. Okay, so just flat. So yeah, will save.
Okay.
Because I would argue that you don't actually know Solus well.
No.
Okay, so it's just flat.
Motherfucker.
18.
Okay, the DC was 25.
Ouch.
And you're in the fade too. So, Shayna, do you know what Dream Shaper is?
Kieran, stop that. Yes.
Okay, you know what Dream Shaper does?
Yes.
Okay, and now that you're in the fade too, so it's even worse.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm gonna send you what happens in a PM.
Okay.
Blah 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 blah.
I mean, to be fair, I'm the one who, sent you that bloodline. So,
Oh, thank you so much. I had almost forgotten about it. I forgot they have this really stupid power.
hmm
So we're fucked.
Hold on.
Again. Well, technically, the others are fucked. I'm fine, but do I really want that pinned on me?
actually, I probably should have gone with Dreamspun, not Draconic, but oh well.
Ugh, 2 words per minute.
You got that?
hmm
Okay. So after a few moments, Krem is kind of thrown back. It's like, huh? What? What happened?
I don't know.
Krem looks around. Did where'd I go? What happened? I
Where did
lost.
you go?
He shrugs, looks around.
You were sent into a maze created by a mage. I'm going to assume Fenharel.
Oh, great. Fucking great.
Serena, roll me a will save, please.
Oh no, not a will save. No. Ah, fuck. 22.
DC was 25.
Come on. Damn
Okay,
it.
so I'll let Shayna inform you on what's going on right now, which I'll tell her a little bit of information later as well. But uh,
I'll DM you
yeah, PM it to her. We'll leave that out of Google Hangouts for theatrical sake.
that so that anyone who watches doesn't know.
Yep. And why not? He can do this 3 times per day. Let's try it on Krem.
What can he do? Oh no.
Hmm. The Dream Shaper ability.
It's so dumb.
It is fucking broken as shit.
I hate you. And this wasn't an enchantment?
This is not an enchantment, no.
It is not considered an enchantment. No.
Well,
Oh, he
it
missed
would
it by
still not-
one.
It would still not be enough. We're all fucked. We're so incredibly fucked.
Okay, so Serena, Krem, and Lyria, for all story purposes, you think you guys have found what you need to here, and you think it's time to go. All of you. After all, you have a mission to the Grey Cloaks that you guys have to do. And that will be coming up soon, and you do need to get rid of them. Because they've been a problem. They're a danger to the Inquisition. And that will be a long journey, because they are outside of Redcliffe.
I hate this.
They sigh.
There goes my promotion.
Okay, so what do you all choose to do? Well, I mean, don't exactly have a choice, but what would you like to do?
Whatever Lyria does, obviously.
Mhm.
I mean, she's the one who dragged us into this shit.
Remember, as far as everyone's concerned, nothing happened. Krem stepped into what looks like an arcane trap, and that seems to be it.
Yeah, she's gonna tell the other two to go on ahead. She will meet them back in the main chamber.
Okay.
Are you sure this is a good idea?
Yes, it's fine. Go. I'll be right there.
Fine.
Indeed, everything is fine. After all, Lyria is a lot higher up than we are in this matter. Come, Serena.
Yeah, separating always works fine.
We have nothing to fear here.
I suppose.
Very well. Join us up on the top side, Lyria, when you are ready to report back.
Of course.
All right. And I take it, Lyria, you are waiting for someone or wish to speak with someone?
Yep.
Okay. He appears. Now you
She's. Yes.
Very good. And I really am sorry. But this has to be done.
Whatever you deem necessary.
He gives you a hug, holds you close.
A hug that she would gladly return.
He kisses you on the forehead, and he says, "Remember, this is the only way to save them, and we need them more than ever now."
Of course.
Carry on. I hope that I do not need to ask anything more of you. I hope. But
She would nod.
but keep me aloft, keep me a word, so to speak. Farewell, Larry.
Well, you know how to reach me.
I do. And I will be contacting you soon. Until then, stay safe.
Before he goes, she would kind of lean up and kiss him on the cheek.
He accepts it, and then he actually kind of turns into you and gives you a full-on kiss. And he says, "Do be careful. They are a loose end that needs to be covered, but they are very dangerous. Keep in mind when facing them."
Of course, thank you.
Thank you.
And her cheeks are kind of red.
He gives you another kiss, and then slowly but surely vanishes back into the shadows.
She'll kind of touch her lips for a brief second before heading on up to the top side.
Okay. You see Serena and Krem sitting there waiting for you.
She would do the little sort of ritual to take them back to, normal world.
You do the ritual, and you see the fade vanish away. And the real world comes back, and it is once again raining. Damp, moist air comes in through the front of the opening gate. Cool, moist humidity slowly comes back to you. And the temperature slowly drops back down to what it was.
Larry kind of,
That was
armors back
uneventful.
up.
Okay, ready to head back, or we can waste more time here?
I wouldn't say it was a complete waste. I mean, could get this to, someone and figure out what's going on. I mean, I didn't understand most of that text. Did you?
Did I? Did I
Uh,
see the words on the paper?
yeah, Krem did not.
Okay, then yeah.
He also likely wouldn't know Elven, so.
Yeah, he does
Yeah.
not know Dalish. He knows Common and Kunari.
Yeah,
Tune lot.
Few lots of them.
it's strange, but that was the fate. It's normal, I suppose.
Yeah, not exactly a place I've gone to that much, but wasn't so bad, at least at that.
Yeah, as I said, uneventful.
Anyway, we should probably get back as soon as we can. Sooner or later, the expedition to Redcliffe's going to happen, and we need to get moving.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we do. Let's go.
Very well. And you all head back into the rainy, misty day to go and face your enemies, the Grey Cloaks. You guys will journey off to Redcliffe after everyone has made their proper arrangements. And so it is that the three heroes, Krem, Lyria, and Serena, enter back into Skyhold, perfectly willing and ready to aid their allies and vanquish their enemies. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching.